but above and beyond that, it did give you like something to do, but it also put your mind in a certain place. They would say, you don't just go to varsity, study and leave. There's a lot more things that happen. You grow as a person, your mindset gets transformed. So for me, it was like, okay, wait a minute. Brother Boo and Lons, guys, by the way, I call him Brother Boo. It's not gonna change. It is what it is. On the tube, don't try steal it. It is mine, okay? Mine. She owns it. She, her.
Oh my God.
Patent it, Jay, all of those things, it's mine. It's like, no, it's difficult because we think our upliftment will come from the government or from some old white man or some old rich black man, and it can come from each other, you know, if we just get the mind to it. So it was beautiful to see them giving back to people like them who are youth.
Hi guys, welcome to our podcast.
You're capable.
I am your host, Ulondega Ndebele. Joining me on the other side is my awesome husband, Ubulelani Ndebele. Guys, you know that we love to hear from you, so please don't forget to leave us your thoughts at the bottom. Just comment, and then at the same time, don't forget to hit the subscribe button.
So today we're joined by an amazing guest. Without further ado, let me introduce her. Her name is Mbali Gumede.
Hi
Hi guys.
She's a young professional, guys, and she was part of the B&L Foods group, which is part of the B&L lifestyle business, which deals with accommodation, transport, and the food situation.
Oh, okay.
So she was like one of the we're just saying this to you today, maybe you didn't know, but you always knew, very special sales rep like 3 years ago.
Yes.
So we're going to be hearing a bit more about her journey with us at B&L Foods and the whole youth empowerment situation. As we did say to you before, we in our hearts we really want to be involved with youth empowerment, and that's something we've been doing for the past 3 years or so. So without further ado, Mbali, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Guys, I feel so honored. I feel so honored being on the podcast, on the YouTube. Hey, YouTube. Hi, guys. Mbali Gumede. I'm so happy to be here. I'm capable, you're capable, we're all capable, everybody. So I'm excited to be here. I'm a young professional. We actually met, UKZN. Met at UKZN. They were studying engineering. Honey, could never be me. And studying food at the same time, okay? Let's think business minds here. So what did I do, Vel? I did a BA. I did a BA in law, and then I transitioned, because the BA comes with English, so then I transitioned into PGCEs, which is education. So
Sure.
I'm a young professional in teaching your kids.
Well done, girls. Sisters are doing it for themselves.
Yes, honey. Teaching your kids out here. Your kids.
Yeah, it's a very important job, by the way. Hey,
facts. I feel like we should be paid more, but anyway, we're not here about that today.
Tell us a bit more about your role at B&L Foods in that time, 3 years ago, as a sales rep.
Okay, so with B&L Foods, I didn't even know, you guys, that it was going to turn into such a huge thing. So baby steps, small beginnings, humble beginnings. It was awesome. I was a sales rep, which meant like we went out and we got people to sign up for B&L Foods. So what B&L Foods at that time, the part I was involved in, was they would deliver food to students. So we would go and we'd be like, yo, guys, some people, let me tell you something about being a sales representative. So we would go and we would knock like on in residences. So we would go and then we'd be like, hi, we're from we had shirts. I forgot to wear it today. We had shirts. I still have it, by the way. We had shirts with B&L. I didn't even know what B&L stood for.
Do you want to know what it stands for?
I mean, I know now, but you can tell for everyone else. You can tell for everyone else. I didn't know. I was like, B&L, what are we doing? And then later on, I was like, it wouldn't be their names. They wouldn't do that. But they would. And they did. So, yeah, we would go into residences and then we'd be like, do you want to join? We had 3 packages. We had the silver, gold, and the platinum.
Wow.
Yes, I still remember silver, gold, and platinum. And they all come with different things. So the silver was like, I think you got like 2 meals.
Yes.
It was 2 meals. And then the gold, it was 3 meals that came with dessert for like 500 a month. Yep.
Yes.
And then the platinum was meals, a side, and dessert. And then I think that was like 700.
Yes.
It was, yes, her memory
still
is
remember.
sharp. Yeah,
Like
so.
I said, you were one of the best sales reps.
Exactly. I mean, it's been a few years later, but she still remembers. So I mean,
Yeah, so
you
we
can
did
do
that. We did that. It was awesome. It was so nice. Yeah. So primarily that was my role at B&L Foods.
And we are so honored to have her, you know, just to be honest. She's such an amazing and a bubbly character. And I mean, she was excellent at her job. I must give that to her.
Guys, don't make me blush on the tree.
And to also see the person you've developed into, right?
It's actually quite incredible
It's a
to
great
see.
trait.
Yeah.
Stop. We're on the tube. We're in front of the peoples.
Yeah, hey. All right, now, so just tell us a little bit more, because you've mentioned that we met on campus in university. So maybe if you can just let us into your university life, how that was, and your journey with B&L Foods. You know, what impact did that have on you as a student, on your student life? You know, just give us a rundown.
So with B&L Foods, I think it came at the right time. I think I was like doing my final year, like at Howard, and there's this thing like where you get bored. You know, when you kind of like, okay, I'm studying, but you also, guys, the side hustle is real. Being broke as a student is real. So we wanted to do something, because I wasn't alone. There were many others, but the one I was closer to was Bahle. So we would work together. We just covered more ground that way. So our thing was, guys, we want money on the side.
Who doesn't?
We want money on the side. But above and beyond that, it did give you like something to do, but it also put your mind in a certain place. It would say, you don't just go to varsity, study and leave. There's a lot more things that happen. You grow as a person, your mindset gets transformed. So for me, it was like, okay, wait a minute. Brother Boo and Lons, guys, by the way, I call him Brother Boo. It's not gonna change. It is what it is. On the tube, don't try steal it. It is mine, okay? Mine. She owns it. She, her, me, cat and it, Jay, all of those things, it's mine.
I warned you guys.
Yeah, don't be out here now trying to brother booing. No, relax. She, her, I, me. She, her, I, me does that, and no one else is she, her, I, me. So, so I was like, okay, Brother Boo and Lons were here, just like me studying, and just now, they've left and they're starting a whole business. Just like I said, I didn't know it would grow into this, which is like glory to Jesus. Won't the Lord do it? You know,
yes,
it's
he can.
beautiful to see. So yeah, I loved that. I was like, okay, if they can do it, then surely even now me having a side hustle and getting into a mindset where you're not just gonna follow in the line of your qualification, because it's good to have a qualification, guys. Let's study, let's do the things.
Very important.
But this is South Africa, okay?
Yes.
So things might not fall into place like you want them to, and it's good to have like another mindset. So it's like, fine, if nothing is coming to me, I must make something
Exactly.
for other people to come to. So I think for me that was the biggest thing. It was beautiful, and also because they were uplifting us youth, guys. It was like, no, it's difficult because we think our upliftment will come from the government or from some old white man or some old rich black man, and it can come from each other, you know, if we just get the mind to it. So it was beautiful to see them giving back to people like them who are youth. So for me, I was like, oh, nice. Look at them. Like, they're popping and they want all of us to pop. Guys, let's pop together.
Thank you. We need to pop together. I think for us, it's such a big thing that we grow together as young people.
Sure.
I mean, let's do life together.
Yeah.
You know, as you may
Love
know
that
by
saying.
now, you know, my favorite verse talks about a cord of three strands not being easily broken. So I think it's very important that we united.
Yeah.
You know, as young, black, white, Indian, or whatever race we may be.
Yeah.
You know, as young people, it's very important that we unite and we just do life together. For me, I love that. I always say, just grab anyone, whoever. I mean, there's billions of people, you know, on earth. You know, you don't have to do life by yourself. You don't have to struggle by yourself. I mean, just grab that friend, study with them, start a business with them. You know, give other people the opportunity to actually grow themselves and empower other people. So I think that's very important.
I also just feel like it's contagious, this thing, whereby when you get to a level, me and Lons were talking not so long ago, we would see there's a certain mindset that we need to, all of us, start like having, especially as young people. Just like I said, this is South Africa, okay? So sometimes things might not pan out how you plan them. So you planned that you're going to get a certificate, automatically you're going to go work. Things don't work like that anymore. So we tend to, all of us, young people, to fall into like a thing. You would say, okay, fine, I'm going to sit at home and I'm going to wait for a job. I'm going to pray on the Lord. Keep praying on the Lord because He will answer. But you can't, because you don't know how long that process of you waiting will be. And you also like find out, why are you waiting? Maybe you're not just waiting to go get employed, but you're waiting because within you you can create something. Guys, God is a creator, which means even we have that ability to create. So I think for me, like small, you start. Jangish, it's like contagious with you guys. Like when you hear London being like, oh, we're doing this, you're like, guys, even me, guys, yo, okay, like businesses, let's expand my mind and let's think outside the box. And when we're doing it together and empowering each other, it makes it easier. Because like, yo, I have a plan like this. How do I start? When you have people like that around you, guys, let's be people who talk business.
Exactly.
And if I may come in there, I think for me it's very important. You've touched on very brilliant points, you know. And I was listening, I was like, wow, you know, in terms of, you know, we always say as a disclaimer that we base our belief system in Christianity.
Exactly,
In all honesty, we know the Bible actually speaks about where there's a unity, then the Lord commands a blessing. We need to find it in our community to be united. Therefore, then God will grant us that blessing. You know,
it's so beautiful.
We've got to be united.
Let's be united. And for me, let's be united. Let's learn to be happy for other people. You know, celebrate other people's achievements.
That's
you know, and just ask as well. It doesn't hurt to ask. You know, if someone is doing something that you're interested in, and just ask, how do you do it? How do you go about doing it? And then one thing that Mbali mentioned that I loved so much is the fact that, you know, we need to change our mindset. And you know, and not think that things are just cast in stone. You know, that things will just happen the way that we've envisioned them or think that they'll happen. You know, for me as well, I must say, when I finished university, my mindset was completely different. In as much as you may think that, okay, you did start, you know, something, or you were selling food. First of all, selling, guys, I grew up in a place where it was one of the most embarrassing things to do. I mean, so,
and
you know,
the contrast though, babe, whilst you're speaking about that, the contrast for me is that I come from a place where selling food is not embarrassing. It's like it is, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter if you've got like a PhD or something, but you've got to keep selling. Right, and I realize around the society that we're in, and I'm not mentioning any sort of race, you know what I mean? But in the
community
society
in general,
and communities that we're in, it's like it's shunned down upon or looked down upon, to the point that you remember we used to speak about that. Engineers selling.
I mean, we all want an office job, a job that will give you a car, a job that will make you look dignified, you know, in society. I drive a nice car, I've got an office, and this and that. So I think that's very important. As I said, you know, it took a shift. You know, had I graduated and not gotten a job by God's grace, I probably would have been a person to sit down and say, I'm waiting for a job. Yes, of which that is why I think this platform is very important, because we're saying there's so much more than you can do out there. You know, God has given us different talents on this earth, so it's important, and the onus is on us to find out, Lord, you know, what have you given me?
Yeah.
You know, even if you can't see your talents at that particular moment, but there's something out there, you know. God, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, Mbali, we've got a surprise for you today. What do you think it is?
I don't know.
We've got like an amazing surprise.
Well, we've got a little reminder of Mbali on campus when I was sure still the sales rep for B&L Foods. So I'll just play it for her.
Stop! Oh my God, it's this video and it's so skinny.
We had an amazing food tasting. People came out in many numbers and the food was amazing. Our chef here did an amazing job. And
She did.
basically, B&L Foods is a company that delivers to students. From Monday to Friday, we deliver you food to your friends. So
Oh my gosh.
campus, off campus,
Yes.
we will find you and give you your food. We have different
So skinny.
You can see that on our website,
Yes.
www.blfoods.co.za.
Small beginnings. Yay. Oh my gosh. It feels like such a long time ago.
I know. It was actually just over 3 years ago. So you can see how amazing she truly was.
Crazy.
And then for me, I just want to ask you, you know, that experience, how do you think that has influenced, you know, the person that you are today?
Now.
Or your view of life? I know you've mentioned a little bit that the fact that, you know, you don't just sit there, but you need to go out there and find something to do.
I think for me, I think I touched on it, Uguti, with seeing you guys do it, I was like, okay, fine, I can do other things instead of just sitting. So you said something about talents. I always say, like, my God-given talent is to talk. I try, and it's just like, you know what?
And it works.
Yeah. So now I've just decided, okay, fine, I'm going to use what I have. There's like a place, people that I work with, and I also interact with young people. And for me, for now, like, I'm loving that. For me, it didn't make sense, guys, to just sit at home and be like, okay, I'm waiting and I'm praying on a job. I still am doing all of that, but on the side, I was like, I am the amount of age that I am, and I cannot be still saying, Mom, can I please have money for like, for me, that didn't make sense. It was like, honey, she's too old. She's just plain simple too old to be doing that. So you gotta do something. If that hadn't worked out, like, by God's grace, that worked out, because the guy that I was doing my practicals with, he was with the same people that I'm with now, and he was just like, listen, I think you'd be good at this. You're dealing with young people. So it informed me. How it informed me doing that was like, you can be doing one thing and another thing at the same time, and also don't close yourself off to anything. Because I remember when I told my parents about it, I was like, okay, I have an interview. I had COVID at that time. Woo! Life was rough. I had COVID, and I was like, okay, but I'm going to do an interview over Zoom. And then my parents were like, they were back to the mindset thing. They were like, what type of job is it that you just apply and then you are just doing an interview and then they've hired you? What? They didn't understand. It seemed sketchy to them. So then I was like, okay, fine, cool. We had like, what do they call them? Mock sessions. We went and we did like a in-person thing where you would do what you would be doing. So then they were like, oh, okay, cool. My brother took me and they were like, oh, it's a legit thing. And I was like, I know the only way my parents will believe it's a legit thing is when the money starts coming in. For now, it's just whatever. So then I'd always be like, oh, can I please use your data? And they'd be like, we don't even know what you're doing. But then now, when they see the money is coming in, and also I'm enjoying it. And it's also adjacent to what I've studied for. So it's like, okay, cool. And I don't only sit on that, like, with Njangish, it's such an inspiration watching the two of you guys. It's getting my mind thinking, okay, fine. Like, I have creativity one way or another, so I must just figure out a way to do something that will not only help other people, but that will empower me so that I can empower the next person.
Yeah.
Because this whole thing of popping on your own, guys, it doesn't work. It's not even cute. I was kind of that.
Can I come in there? For me, I was going to shed a tear. Actually, speaking, we're super proud of you and what you achieved.
Yeah.
And looking at you, we always say this, and always as a disclaimer, we are also young, by
Yes.
the way. And the idea
Well,
Wow.
traitor.
Wow.
In any case, we are young.
Yes,
We
you
like
are.
to believe that we are
No,
very
yes,
young.
you are very young.
We're still below that age mark.
Yes.
So I won't mention it.
The pivotal one.
Yeah. But for me, as you're sharing, for me, what's important, and I want to share this with you guys as well, is that remember, faith without works is actually dead. You know, we can
that's a
have the
good one.
faith,
Yeah.
but if we're not putting it into practice,
Yeah.
it's one of the things that myself and my wife really believe in a lot. That we're sitting in a lot of places where we realize that there's a lot of faith, but there needs to be work. And I'm listening to you speak, and like literally, I'm feeling warm and fuzzy.
Wow,
on the inside
yeah.
you actually, the person you're coming in up to be and who you are right now.
It's so
proud.
beautiful to
You know,
see.
it's amazing. Yeah.
You know, it's the faith, and as well, for me, I always say that we need to fight for the things that we want in life.
I was also about to say that. Yeah.
Exactly. Opportunities don't come knocking at our door.
Yeah.
All the time. Sometimes they do,
Yeah.
but in other instances, we really need to fight, you know, for the things that we want. We were actually sharing the other day about the scripture of a man. What did he need? Healing or something?
Oh yes. The man, he went
she's
to
a smart one.
Stop. So this man needed healing, and he kept. It was many parables, but this man, he actually needed bread.
Okay.
And the family was sleeping
Yes.
inside, and he was there at the door. He was there at the door until the person inside was like, "Oh my God,
Yeah.
who's that at the door?"
Yeah.
He came out. "What do you want?" "I want bread." "Ah, me." You know. So sometimes I was actually literally about to touch on that. Sometimes it's not about it's what you said yesterday. What you said, like, it's not about sending out a CV, but it's about doing a follow up.
Yeah.
You know, those things
Yeah.
will set you apart. So you send in your CV. That's your first knock. Call them. You don't have to speak. "I want the job." No, you say, "Oh no, I was just checking if you got the CV." That way you seem like. You want it, and also you just seem more professional.
Yeah.
Because anything can happen with technology. You'll send a CV, and then I don't know, it bounces.
It goes to
spam.
you know.
Anything can happen. So when you double check, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
She had something extra that other people didn't do.
Yeah.
So it's the small things, I think, that do set us apart.
And it makes you memorable, you know,
Yeah.
even if someone didn't think of you. But it's like there's that girl, Mbali, you know, she keeps on calling me, she keeps on bothering me and this and that. And I also feel like we need to lose the pride.
Yeah.
You
I was
know?
about to say, don't be afraid to be a bother.
Exactly.
Don't be afraid.
Just get rid of the pride. I mean,
It's a big one.
it won't get you anyway.
Nowhere.
Actually, God says that He shows favor to the humble, but resists the proud. So pride, you know, let's just get rid of that. I mean, it doesn't really matter how people view you.
Yeah, it doesn't make you
know,
any less than.
Exactly.
Just because you're like, yo, my guy, I was just checking about that thing.
Yes,
Are you still
yes.
gonna pull through? And then they'll, okay, fine, this person really wants it.
Yeah.
And even if you miss out on this one, when there's another opportunity, be like, no,
Yeah.
there was that girl or that guy
Yeah.
who kept pestering
Exactly,
me. Yeah.
exactly.
And also the thing of having your own stuff.
For sure.
I like that.
Yeah.
Like, let's have our own.
Yeah.
As a whole generation, I feel like we've become so not only apathetic, but
as well.
dependent.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
but also entitled. Like
Oh,
we
the
deserve it.
entitlement.
It's ridiculous with our generation. We've become like, no, they must give me. You know, I was watching this one program, just to say, on TV, and there's this character. Like, there was some guy who was rich and famous, and he was giving out money, like with people he saw that were struggling, whatever. And this guy was also kind of struggling, but he felt like he deserved the money. Yo, guys, he was so like, why isn't this rich guy coming to me? I deserve it. I sat there and I was watching. I was like, what have you done? Like,
Exactly.
this is just almost like the grace and the mercy of this guy. Why are you trying to claim it? Relax, my guy. So that's been our whole generation. I think we need to change that. Yeah, and not be afraid to work.
Definitely.
Because I feel like we want not ugly, but with that generation, it's like, oh my God, I want to just, relax, honey, work. You need to work to look pretty. How do you think Rihanna's buying Prada? She's working. How?
That's true.
Yeah. Exactly.
So as we wrap up, Mbali, just for someone listening out there today, what's in your journey in university and up to where we are today with your life, what's your advice in terms of, I know you've said a lot, but just like your finishing words and advice in terms of that?
Okay, so university, put in the work.
Yeah.
Now I'm talking about your studies, because it's so easy. Varsity can be fun. So it's so easy to come into varsity and then it almost be like a time trap where you're stuck there for like years unnecessarily, because you're just not putting in the work and you're enjoying the environment. So that would be my first thing. Do what you have to do. Each module deserves your attention. There is no such thing as an easy degree. There is no such thing as an easy module. You put in the work, you'll get the results out, okay? Like, I remember there was this one module, Lord, that would just, I thought I was putting in the work. Just because I'm sitting at the library. In my mind, like that's how your mind works. You think you put, but only to realize, okay, at the library, what did I do? Like, what did I do? Yes, what did I actually go there and do at the library? And then I realized, oh no, I hadn't put in the work. So I was like complaining, how come I'm spending all this time in the library? But put in the work. That's first. Secondly, do whatever works for you. So not everyone will be a library person. Some people need their own space. Find it as quickly as possible. Find your study patterns. Some people unfortunately don't find out during their high school years. So figure it out as quickly as you can. Try everything very quickly and figure out what works for you. And then lastly is keep your mind open and everything open, because you don't know when an opportunity is going to come. So for example, don't be afraid to work at the library, as you know, those library people. That's a side hustle, honey. It doesn't make you any less than, and you're getting money. Let's just not forget that. So keep it open and also make connections. Like, don't be that person who's I think part of the primary reason of people creating universities was for that. In varsity, you have people, like-minded people who are doing maybe the same degree that you're doing. So then you make connections. And if a person wants to now start an engineering company, hey, now you have a pool of people.
Where to reach out.
We're networking. So I think have people skills. Be nice to people. Be kind to people. Don't forget. Just be that person. Don't think of better than yourself, because honey, you don't have nothing yet. You just in varsity. You don't got nothing yet. Relax. You know.
So honest.
You don't have anything.
Very, very honest.
So just relax, relax and make those connections. And then when you are at that level where after varsity, now when you're applying, don't just sit at home. Do apply. I know that sounds so stupid because people do apply, but it's not. Because sometimes you think you're applying, but maybe you're not looking at all the avenues. There's so many avenues. Also, don't be afraid of new things. So now we're getting into the digital age. So,
there's a lot more that's out there.
That's not your usual thing. For the longest time, entertainment was like a weird thing. It's like, oh, is that a job? Is that a job? You're just playing for money? It doesn't make sense. But now people want to become actors because they can see that it's a viable, exactly. It's a viable, it's even a career. So don't be afraid. And then last, but not least, follow your dreams. Like, if you know that there's something burning within you and you have a talent, fine, get your degree, but also on the side, really push for it. Like, I like what you said, that we have to fight for what we want. Push for it. Go to auditions if it's auditions. Like, do whatever you have to do, better yourself, so that when the opportunities come, they find you ready.
Exactly. Wow.
So
so much wisdom in this young woman.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Bani, for
Thank
coming
you.
through and joining us.
Oh,
Yeah,
we really
I'm so
appreciate. Yeah, we really do.
Thank you.
I appreciate it, okay? I appreciate it, you
Now
know?
you see why she is. I won't say why. She's an amazing sales rep. Which is one
Yeah.
of her skills amongst the
Thank
many
you.
others. I'm sure we'll have more time next time to speak about the other skills. But for today, thank you so much. Bani.
Yeah,
We
thank you
appreciate
so much.
We appreciate the woman that you are and are becoming. And we thank you so much for coming.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you
know,
guys.
we're very grateful from Bali. You know, she's shared so much of valuable information in terms of what needs to be done, you know, in university. And she's also mentioned a few income streams, you know, that people can consider. So I don't know if you've got any suggestions as well. You're more than welcome to comment below. You know, if you've got ideas or business opportunities that students can actually try out,
Yep.
we would really, really love to hear from you. So please just leave a comment below. And do not forget to hit that subscribe button.
Subscribe. Subscribe. Do it. Do it now.
Thank you so much. Don't forget to write to our foundation as well at info@youarecapable.com. Thank you so much for joining us. And always remember that you're capable.